Zebusia Saturday Asemeda Ponso Ghana United say President Mahama has scrapped fuel allowance for all government appointees. Yes, I mean President Mahama cancels or stops all appointees from receiving fuel allowances and fuel coupons. Henceforth, Ebusia. Now, Sansemu Yebeto Guano, Minority Caucus, led by the Minority Chief Whip, Alexander Osahin Afeyamakins, are reacting to say one of those political gimmicks. And yeah, they are because on paper it's going to work, but in reality, they seem to be a contrary decision. Now, and also my Nana Jantua, Echo PMO radio station, Nebusia, or budget so, HSM, my pen mama, more peerful. And right now, allowances for over 9,000 assembly members across the country, April and May. Now, what's scrappy full allowance for appointees are to chairman or salutu. In the Busia message, so much of what I'm saying, mammy, my penny say, what crap full government appointees, including MMDCs, ministers, CEOs, board chair. They say, hey, baby, chief executive officers, baby, now they are going to buy their fuel. Shall I give my more answer in the comment section? Now, shaved enough from so any be. If the Busia Saturday, my penny Mahama has issued a directive going forward, where a government appointee, you are going to provide your own fuel for your transportation and your errands. I don't say no. Every Saturday, will be able to fuel. All is in the name of cutting down the expenditure by the government. Yes. So that you're gonna for your because we know how some people abuse these coupons and all that. Sometimes people take it to fuel stations and then they retrieve money. They say, well, you saw my car, black man, not a cop, all in the name of Ghana. And so I'm paying Mahama. I salute you for this bold decision. That's going to save the nation thousands of Ghana cedis every day, every month, every year. And by the end of your tenure as a president, the nation would have saved a lot of money. Even to that projects like chief compounds and other social intervention projects. Ghana for home at all. Letter. It is directive by Nabesemeka now so UTB. Yes, it's an official communication from the government spokesperson, Honorable Felix Kwachi Ofosu. They say how the whole communication came about. I don't see presidency communications Tuesday, July 15, 2025. President Mahama scraps fuel allowance / allocation to appointees. President John Dramani Mahama has effective immediately directed the cancellation of payment of fuel allowances and allocation of fuel to all political appointees. They say, we come, at the end of every month or every week, they get some money to buy fuel. Some get coupons. What should I say? If you call your mom fuel direct, if it's hybrid there, you have to buy your own fuel. If you don't have a fuel, park your car and take Uber or Trotro. That's the bottom line. Immediately, just say, I can't say, I shall say, and then someone could give fuel coupon and coffee. Now, tank read empty another half there. Then going forward, you have to provide your own fuel from your own pocket. It's kind of the amount at the end of the month, no the JTR. The directive forms part of a broader cap in government expenditure aimed at cutting costs and channeling public funds into priority areas. Like I said, government needs a lot of money to undertake the numerous programs and policies of the government for the betterment of the people of Ghana. So I buy here sika bebre. Say we appointee, you 20,000, 30,000, 25,000, 8,000, 9,000. You should be able to provide your own fuel because civil servants, teachers, nurses, and all that, they buy their own fuel from their meager salaries every month without support from any other person. And so the government appointee, I'm just say CEOs, allowances, now that are there, per diem, near the arena, Monkambum, and Fanto fuel. No, mine, no come here, Ghana is bleeding. I'm paying Mahama because I salute you because this is a good decision. I should have been taken long time ago, but Today, Osakafuka, you know, Osi, Adibia, Wonemre. There's a time for that to be executed. And to know my that was and right, I say, what we are allowances for over 9,000 plus assemblymen. And then, so another good news has come. We are hoping to be hearing all these positive news day by day. And we are hoping that your presidency will be one of the best in the history of Mother Ghana. In terms of Sana, my this answer not to Ghana. Now, no, it's not minority caucus or parliament, actually say. And some now, our penny, Ekuchiri, and I say, communication officer, no Ekuchiri go paper so have to Ghana. They say it to be a political gimmick. They say, I question here, question console Quentia. So the minority caucus in parliament has reacted to President Mahama's decision to scrap fuel allocation to government appointees. I'm say ABTA in some order to go for some appointing decision, you know, and I think it doesn't affect the minority because they are not government appointees. So, on my point, I want to seek this clarification. Does it include members of parliament and I say appointees in MMDCs, the ministers, and I say MPs also count. MPs also count. It means it's going to affect the minority MPs as well. And I want to know that clarification. Say, maybe we say MPs also count, and I say, or more board, so CEOs, and ministers, and more presidential staffers, anyone one can. One never say you say MPs also count now. So the minority had this reaction to the president's decision to scrap the fuel allowance. One, so the minority describes President Mahama's decision to scrap fuel allowance and allocation for political appointees as settings and a PR gimmick. And this is a pure English. Yes, I said yeah, and that's them. I who the them. I was a muka sembia. Yeah, they are not but any juma and consifi. So I gonna put that can minority caucus nature say one of those things. Yeah, can but it will not work. And baby, until my parent mama. We are looking forward to see that this decision or this directive is going to be implemented to the fullest level. Ebe buana sika ye hwere ewo fuel ho V8 otiaso boom 4 gallons. Na ye save us carry na ya channel to very very productive areas. Na Ghana for so ho wetin dey ato. Nje busu answer be there where government appointee start looking for alternative way of funding your own fuel. Try to do one say. According to be one say what say be how then you park your car, go with a bus. We saw that during the campaign in 2024. The MPP went into the campaign trail sometimes in a bus, and I think it was an economical decision that aimed at saving fuel. And you know, we are appointees that can go with a bus. Nothing will change in your life. It's our penny why are they to your mouth. Now, same way now, Ebusia, Nana Jantua, Abo my penny mama abaso, say. I be at us, yes, I be a jay. And Penny said, off we are panel, and a piano to my penny is answer me out to go or all the support of Nana Jantia. This answer no at to go. Actually, say, then so my penny decision say, of scrappy fuel allowances to appointees.
Dear, no, sure. Irajo Mahama, breaking news out there by MFP because on also kind one. And then my bona baso bako allowance no.
Yeah.
The second one is say or say a free neko. We a government appointee Petro yen tomau.
Wabeto Petro.
Wabeto Petro. Yera John Mahama say what they are some few minutes ago, less than 1 hour, and I'm a Felix a day at Toso. But your Facebook na yen fan to see or say Empo DSTV subscription. Nabo so me so o se wa wo hwa wa uchi awa de
eno anu no
inti government appointee bia no nti me be kenkan quickly we breaking news and Tuesday July 15 era John Dramani Mahama waka wasaye on this notes ye bonabaso first one or say President Mahama scrap fuel allowance and allocation to appointees. I read President John Dramani Mahama has effective immediately, I like the word, effective immediately,
wow,
directed the cancellation of payment of fuel allowances and allocation of fuel to all political appointees.
Wow.
Chirimu?
And you will say, Mampani John Dramani Mahama se efiri sabre ya se sia ekui. Wetwa eye femwo ehu sika ye de ma aban mpanimfo a yebo omudin so omuni dwuma no wetwam. Yemfa ma wo mu biem.
The directive form parts of a broader curve in government expenditure aimed at cutting costs and channeling public funds into priority areas.
Yeah.
The president believes that leadership must also bear its part of the sacrifices it is calling on the people to make. I like this. I want to repeat. The president believes that leadership must also bear its part of the sacrifices it is calling on the people to make. The latest cost-cutting measure follows sweeping reduction on the size of government through the appointment of fewer ministers and presidential office staff. Other measures have included stopping satellite TV subscriptions for offices at the presidency and other government facilities.
Nana say sa enhihia wode be ne beboa ama ka yebo asoman na sika ye no bia yigina no enye nti o betumi etwetwa ka no so na o di sika no akọ bia se fata se be ye beboa o man no empumtuo na oso wogidi se akanie no etwa se o mo so ede o mo ho ba afore bi ema o man no se be ya no ma betumi akoso nti wo se we ye cost cutting. Nes wo mo de etika aban no eboso na etumi aboa ma aban no ne kese the size of the government no any appointees no etumi aye kakra bi ne ho ka no so aye kakra bi nti mampani John Dramani Mahama o si TV subscription so ka ho the DSTV na no mo kokoto no any adede ma wo mo hwe ni free no se since wa no pa no ato ade de aguso and it is a good call.
And John Dramani Mahama
nana because o jifu hwe say BJ Ose yesevu se no. Se wo hwa na no na me hwe obi die no.
Let's do this.
Ode mate.
Na na ka so mo man sese.
Na sa wo na wo sa we.
Da bi na say unse we de be den.
Ene na be den.
Oh you can go yenya appointees you know omo letters omo gino. Then we
e betimi ayo ba me pa che say unse appointees no ye nim specifically amount
ko DC you wo DCs bi wo ho and you wo ministers they can give you those cost allowance.
Na nja me yes am say ke so mo man say ye boka 5 cedi wo fu ho ye twem ti later na ye call parliament na budget na ne say bia ye 1 cedi 1 cedi ye de ko ha ba say si ade na na okay nja me yes am say okay chief compound de no
yeah
unse dum du business kana ye huran aha ko mo mfa man ni nya
to ye me yes ade no de ye nye ye musabusa
na say unse maka say John Mahama na phase 2 ya nipa ko hye na chiwo chinchim ne de remote ko no nto battery ngum
yes
na nipa na no chinchim ni say ya man eye
mate
go na na mutimi ba interview ne siso saa no pe go 12 cedis na no mo sante so ekosoro
yeah
monto so man ogu se kutu na si do de ma am sem tomfo de dwa ma so nza fu ezu asa
fu 200 okay ne 200 de ye so ma obi a
na no eba mi ensa
200 de ye na say uto 200 fuela unse eye
ana na se fu na o system no so echewu
ayeche papa na
se MPA for na ye bi ase se ne o system
ye wo raw 95 and raw 91
ona na 91 na kura no to eche
you say monitoring no I say man say akosuro
omu ile de ne bebre free system
yeah ona na ye o se o to eche na mama se onko ne se ya na se ne epewu no tumfo kan no enye bibi gidigidi bia o ba na we kura na ebia na jirigogo but say Ghana ni na to ne tim se atwafu am wohu saa ne ma ne tintintirinti nya kasahyew soft ne man ketenkete na denti na na ato of so hwe DSTV
ese bi o de hwe on the information on the international news information you need
na international news no ko fun a
dabi na say TV ya ni bia na betia ko phone
na me DSTV 1 month me use be
it doesn't mean say hu here I think say you see the reason why we twem ne say ene de hu here you need the DSTV but what he's saying is that if you look at the quantum cost abino on wow
ebusuya what do you make of President Mahama's decision to scrap fuel for all government appointees? Do you think it's a right decision or it's going to breed some form of corruption? And I say robbing Peter to pay Paul. So I'm from media, I'll use ways and means to get money to procure my own fuel. So why mommy? The comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to Musika TV on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram for latest updates. Ebusia Makramo.